I know I say a lot. It's a problem. Trying not to. Uh, See, it's like just comes out of my mouth. How do you stop? Rebecca makes thingies. Hello and welcome back to Rebecca Makes Thingies. Cool. Pardon my gross things that I have to drink here, but if you know me and my hair, it's a mess, whatever. Let's do this. You don't always have to look perfect or even that good. I look fine. So today I am finally doing some cooking content for you. I really hadn't had the opportunity to cook some fab meals, or really even just to plan some. So I decided to give you guys a combo pack, which is we ordered meal service, a meal delivery service where they send you basically all the groceries and then you cook it yourself. And we tried out 2 different services. Purple Carrot, which is vegan. I think it's all vegan. It might have vegetarian options. And we also tried Hello Fresh. So if you're interested in watching or listening to my comparison, and I really wanted to do this with my husband, but he chickened out, so I will speak for him. Then keep watching. Okay, so let me have a sip of water. So if you don't like that, don't listen. Ready, go. Okay. So we tried HelloFresh and we tried Purple Carrot. HelloFresh does not have vegan options. It has, I think, vegetarian options and then, just regular American meat options. And it has a Calorie Smart option. Purple Carrot, I believe, is full vegan. So let's start with the price and the value. The cost, so you're obviously getting less with the vegan options actually you can't even order, with Purple Carrot, you can't even order more than 3 meals if you're getting the 4 serving option. So 3 meals is the max that you can get per week if you're getting 4 servings. If you're getting 2 servings, then you can order more. Contacted customer service via email. They said, or chatting, I think maybe, through chat. I don't remember everything that she said, but something that really stuck out that kind of bugged me was, I wanted to make sure that I could only order 3 meals and I wasn't making a mistake and I could order more, blah, blah, blah. So she was like, yeah, basically that's, getting it to you and packaging it is infinitely more difficult, which I thought, really? Infinitely? It's infinitely more difficult to get, 1 more meal to me? Yeah, I wasn't, that kind of bugged me. I ain't gonna lie, that bugged me. It was infinitely, that's kind of snarky and sassy, and it's not what I want from my customer service experience. So whatever, maybe they're a new company. I don't know how long they've been, in business and whatever. That was an experience. HelloFresh, I think you can probably get a whole 7 days worth of food with HelloFresh. We ordered, like I said, 4 meals, 4 servings. Okay, so let's move on to time and that includes prep and cook. The prep for HelloFresh, it was accurate, but the cook time was not accurate at all. And I don't know if it's because we were cooking 4 servings, but it's weird that the prep time was pretty close. So I was confused about that. I think for most of them, we went over by like a solid 15 minutes. And like we made this mushroom and chive risotto, and I want to say it took an hour and a half. So if you're making the 4 serving option, be aware that I don't think their cook time is accurate. Purple carrot, their prep and cook time were accurate, and the meals varied from 30 to 50 minutes from prepping. That includes prepping and cooking. And the prep and cook time for the HelloFresh varied from 40 minutes to an hour and a half, which that's a lot of time. In terms of flavor, I think HelloFresh, the meals were tasty. They were good. My favorite was the, it's called turkey patties with smoky lemon crema. And what I liked the most about this was the turkey, I think it's Turkish, it's a Turkish spice blend that you put in the turkey, in the ground turkey, and that's what I liked the most. Everything else was delicious, but that was a new kind of, I guess, flavor profile for me, and so I really enjoyed that. I didn't feel like it needed all the extra, like the feta cheese, I didn't even put it in. I'm not a huge fan of feta, but I just didn't really feel like it needed it. Let's see, flavor for purple carrot. Everything tasted wonderful. It was delicious. And we were introduced to a few new things that I'd never tasted before. Some interesting new grains and flavors. There was one meal called Goju, and I'm gonna massacre it. It's called Goju Jang Veggie Bowls. I think it's Korean, I'm not sure. Gochujang veggie bowls with midnight greens and kimchi mayo. I've never had midnight greens before, and they were so good. The texture, the flavor, I'm getting some. I've already looked online, and they're really hard to get, like, an average quantity of. So I'm on the hunt for that. And kimchi, I've never had kimchi before. I've always wanted to because I hear it's good for your tummy, and so I've wanted to try it, but never have. And they blended kimchi with a vegan mayo, and I thought that was so good. That meal in particular, the flavor, I guess because I don't really eat, the only Korean food I've ever had, I think, is like Korean barbecue. When you go and they give you the raw meat and you like, psh, psh, psh. That's the only thing I've ever had. And it was, it was good, but like, sometimes I have issues around raw meat. And so like, I don't know, when I go to a restaurant, I don't know, that didn't work for me. But this meal was so good and so different. It was like, the only way I can describe it is that it was very sour, but not like sour candy where you're like, but like, just like a flavor explosion. It was very balanced, but like, it's that sour that I think that I'm not used to eating in my meals. I love sour candy, but it's just new to me, and I really enjoyed it. And I I think it took me like an hour just to eat my serving because it was just so interesting. The textures and the flavor and the midnight grains, and it was very good. My favorite for sure. Let's see, what else did I want to say about that? Yeah, I've never had vegan mayo, or if I have, maybe once. It was not good. What they use is really good. They have vegan butter. It was really good as well. Okay, tools. If you've been cooking for a while, you have a relatively full stock kitchen, you're going to be fine with either. I did notice that in terms of kitchen staples, they recommend you have salt and pepper, olive oil, vegetable or coconut oil, and non-dairy milk. We have most of those things. Non-dairy milk, I usually have coconut milk, but it's like the kind you put in your coffee. So I think they mean like the canned kind, and I need to stock up on that. Tools, pots, pans, baking sheets. They do say you may need a blender or a food processor. I have both of those. A microplane, which I have, or a box grater, and I do have that. I didn't, notice anything unusual for the HelloFresh. You might, a zester, which is the microplane thing, but nothing more in terms of like a food processor, but I like using all that kind of stuff. Let's see, wholesome. We ordered the Calorie Smart option from HelloFresh. The info they provide is, all the info they provide is calories. So at the very bottom here of each, recipe, they give you the amount of calories, but they don't say anything about fat or carbs or percentage of anything. So that was kind of a bummer, especially because they put cheese or dairy on everything, and so it kind of makes me feel like the fat content is probably through the roof. Purple Carrot does a really good job. Every recipe includes all the nutrition per serving. It includes calories, fat, carbs, protein. And most of the meals were between 570 and 680 calories. Also, I was able to use my fitness app to figure out the macronutrients, I guess is what you call it, like the percentage of fat and carbs and protein for each meal. So for instance, let's see, the sesame orange tofu, which I really enjoyed as well. At the very bottom, it gives you the nutritional information, and I just entered the name of the recipe in my fitness app and determined that each a serving is 680, it says here. Fat is 25 grams, carbs is 89 grams, protein is 28 grams. So I was able to do that for each meal. And then the pan-seared broccolini, which I really enjoyed as well. It was 520 calories per serving, 26% fat, 58% carbs, and 15% protein. So that was a little higher on protein. I tried to enter the title of the recipes for HelloFresh, and maybe it's because they're varying their recipes a lot more. I couldn't find the complete nutritional content. So I might be able to find turkey patties from HelloFresh, but I was not able to find turkey patties with smoky lemon crema over a bed of roasted veg. So that was kind of a bummer. How we felt after eating. With HelloFresh, for me, one serving was pretty satisfying. I felt, full-ish. The one bummer was that almost every meal had dairy in it, which I'm not a huge, I like dairy, but not in every single meal. And if you're opting for something that says calorie smart, for me, yes, it is just calories, but I feel like it should be more nutritious. Like I would have preferred more vegetables or more, low fat protein than cheese and butter. That's just me personally. But it tasted good. Let's see, for purple carrot, the food was delicious. And I think it's wholesome. I don't know, how wholesome like vegan mayo or vegan butter is, but it, it didn't like make my stomach hurt. I felt good afterward. And, but you still feel hungry. It's the same calories pretty much, but you still feel hungry. And I don't know if it's because we're relatively new to vegan eating, and so like it's psychological, so our minds are playing tricks on us, or were we really not full or sated because it was just vegan as opposed to, some kind of like animal protein. So that was something. I would say, I think I would add like a green side salad or something. Like if you don't want to add calories, just have a green side salad without dressing to make you feel a little bit more full. Yeah. I felt, just in terms of the energy, I felt energetic. I felt good. My stomach felt good. I didn't feel so good with the HelloFresh because of the dairy. Pros. HelloFresh, the food tasted good. It's priced very reasonably, I think. Delivery was timely and it was well packed. And also, I think most of the packing items are recyclable, that's important to us as well. Pros for purple carrot, food was delish, and it's wholesome. Again, I have to do my research on, vegan butter and mayo, but it tastes wholesome, it feels wholesome, it makes you feel good. Cons for HelloFresh, again, too much dairy, and a lot of the things had sugar. So like a packet of something, a jam, like a packet of jam, which I guess is the plum. Yeah, the plum sauce. And the first ingredient was sugar. And then it was plums and, other things. But I was like, can't they just like make it more more plum? Couldn't it be like a puree and then we water it down? So that kind of bugged me as well. Let's see, cons for the purple carrot. It's kind of expensive. I think they can add more vegetables. So like I need more filler. So I wanted more, for like the broccolini dish, I wanted more broccoli. I actually had 2 full servings of that. I just wanted more vegetables. The grains, I think they're fair on. The sweet potato, they're fair on. That one happened to have sweet potato and beluga lentils. And on that one I really enjoyed. It was a coconut turmeric relish. So good. But there was plenty of relish, I think. I just wanted more broccolini. So I feel like they could have given you double the amount of broccolini. With the gochujang veggie, again, I wanted more vegetables. I just feel like they can double the amount of vegetables. Um, let's see, and like less tofu and more vegetables. They give you a lot of tofu, which I like, but I would rather have more vegetables. I think it's more wholesome that way. And then the other thing that was a con for purple carrot is I love ginger, and two of the dishes of the three that we ordered had ginger, and I will show you pictures of the ginger that we got. It was like, you know how like if you get ginger at the supermarket, it's like knobby and it has like all these like weird, it's like shaped weird. I literally felt like they were like cutting off like the ugliest, smallest pieces of the knobs of the ginger, and that sucked because I love ginger. You're supposed to peel it and then chop it up, but when they're giving you a piece that's itty bitty, I was really disappointed with that, I ain't gonna lie. And for one of the dishes that had cauliflower, the cauliflower was turning brown. Not enough cauliflower, and it was turning brown, so that was a bummer. Their delivery was late, so their delivery time window is like you get your food delivered on Tuesdays, sometime between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Well, I waited till 11:30-ish p.m. and we didn't have food delivered. And the next morning, as my husband was going out for his morning coffee, I think it was 8:30, there was the box of food. So we have no idea when it was delivered. And, you know, that's a bummer as well. You want to make sure if you're having food delivered, you know, and it's been hot in California, that it's not going bad out in, you know, outside of your house for like 10 hours. So that was a bummer. Let's see, customer service. I don't really have any complaints about HelloFresh. I have purchased food from HelloFresh before. I think their customer service is really good. They're responsive. They're, you know, easy to get a hold of. There's numerous ways to get a hold of them. And I think that if you're not happy with something their response is appropriate. With purple carrot, gosh dang it, I was really disappointed in their customer service. They say the best way to get a hold of them is by chatting with them online, but their hours are really limited. Like, I think they close shop at 5 p.m. So I think it's like a very, you know, it's like a normal work day, like probably 8:30 to 5. But, you know, that's not always going to work for other people. So I had a hard time, you know, getting a hold of them if I tried any time after 5. So that was a bummer. I had to do research to find their customer service phone number. Let me see if it's on here. Oh, well, it's on here. Duh. So that's on me. But, you know, I couldn't find it on the website. So I had to like do like a Google search to find that. You know, shared my experience, which was, you know, well, I asked them what time it was delivered and they couldn't track it. And all they knew is that it had been delivered, but they didn't know what time it was delivered. So that was a bummer. And the response that I received was kind of like a canned, you know, response. It was not personal at all. The experiences that I had, they were a little snarky, like I mentioned earlier. It's like infinitely more difficult for them to get it to you. I was like annoyed by that. And then she was also like, oh, so I'm not sure if I mentioned that one of the gel packs busted open. So I guess the gel packs are supposed to they're supposed to be frozen or cold and keep your stuff cold. Well, one of them busted open, and hopefully if I have pictures, I'll insert that as well. And the response of the customer service person was like, well, use your common sense. Like, don't eat something if you think it's, contaminated. It's like, what if I didn't, yes, I agree, use your common sense, but like, what if I didn't have access to the grocery store? I was like counting on that meal delivery, I was counting on those meals in some way. So I was disappointed with that as well. And what was the other thing? And that was it. She just basically said, she did say that the contents of the gel pack are like, there's nothing harmful in there, but like, use your own discretion. If you feel like, your food's been contaminated, then don't eat it or don't cook it or whatever. No discount. There was an apology, but it just didn't make up for like the snarky or the like bordering rude response. So I think they have some work to do with regard to their customer service. Having said that, once I did find the telephone number to the customer service, I contacted them again and also shared shared the lateness of the package, the gel breaking, and that I was not happy with the quality of the vegetables. That, like I said earlier, the ginger was like, literally, I have pictures I'll show you. Then that customer service person, it was like a very different experience. He apologized over and over again. He's like, basically, this is your first experience with us. Hate that happened. Let me make it up to you. And I don't know if he's like some kind of calculator, but he was like, okay, so the ginger it was late, the ginger was bad, the cauliflower was brown. And he came up with some magical, amount that they're going to discount our next box with. I wish that had been my first experience with their customer service. We are going to order from Purple Carrot again. We enjoyed the variety of foods. I am trying to learn to cook vegan. And so for me, it's an opportunity to learn something that no one's ever taught me before. I, wanted to take vegan cooking classes, and they're very expensive. So, and then everything was closed during, the COVID crisis. So for me, I hope that their customer service gets better. I hope that they beef up. I hope that they add more vegetables to their meals, because I think it's a great way to, it might be a few more calories, but you feel more satisfied. So that's why we're going to order again from Purple Carrot, because I'm learning to cook vegan. I really enjoyed the meals. I will say, I wish I had read the whole thing before, because their directions were a little bit confusing for me at first, which I ruined the sushi, the sticky, Japanese sticky rice. Basically, like for instance, it says, add sushi rice. So the sushi rice was portioned out for you. 1 cup. And then in parentheses, it has 2 cups. So I was like, okay, so I'm making 4 servings, so then I should put 4 cups of water. Well, somewhere in here, over here, it just says 2, and I guess it means servings, and then in parentheses it says 4 servings. So from that, and if I can get a close-up picture of this. I'll try and insert it. I was supposed to know that everything that is in parens is supposed to mean that's how much you put in if you're making 4 servings. So I screwed up my first time, and then I realized, oh, that's how you read this. I'm not used to recipes being written that way. So that's a learning curve for me. But overall, both experiences were good. I will also say that for a lot of these, I didn't add, like if it had 2 packages of like plum sauce, I only put like 1 or 1.5. Or if it had like, for instance, with the mushroom chive risotto, this is the HelloFresh one, I didn't add all the cheese. It gave you like 2 packages of Parmesan cheese, and it called for like a lot of butter, and I personally cut everything in half, and I thought it was delicious. I didn't think it needed all that cheese. I didn't think it needed all that butter. I didn't think it needed all the sauce that a lot of it came with. So the turkey patties with smoky lemon crema. So you get this lemon crema, which was delicious, I will say. And then they also give you feta cheese, so that's like double dairy. And I just didn't put the feta cheese in it because I didn't think it needed it. And I found myself doing that for almost every single recipe. And I didn't really have that experience with purple carrot. I think, in some cases, cut down on the oil, if anything, with purple carrot. And I would like maybe choose to like steam the vegetables instead of pan frying them. In conclusion, I would probably order from HelloFresh again, but I wouldn't get the Calorie Smart stuff because it just has too much dairy. And I would just like maybe choose like if they have like a, I don't know, like high protein, low fat option, that's what I would choose. And we're definitely ordering from Purple Carrot again. I guess that's it. So I'm signing out. What do I usually say? Thank you for watching. Please do give us a thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below. Whatever things you thought about this. I know I say a lot. It's a problem. Trying not to. See, it's like just comes out of my mouth. How do you stop that from happening? It's like filler. So, stop saying stop. If you want my husband to make an appearance, then please comment down below because I want him to and he won't. And I realize it's called Rebecca Makes Thingies, but still, like, I'm making it for him. So he should participate, don't you think? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Bye! Rebecca Makes Thingies.